Hey guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's your girl Crystal. Welcome to Limits Beyond the Sky. So far, 2017 is off to an amazing start. Super busy. I just got home from a 3-day and off for 24 hours, and I'm out on another 3-day trip tomorrow night. So, in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy some amazing red vino. It's a Apothic Red. And as you can see, I have this really cool gadget attached to it. This is called a wine aerator. Please don't look at my nails. They look terrible. But for you wine connoisseurs, yes, we know that you know what it is. For those of you who don't, the wine aerator serves, it already has a dope name, the wine aerator. So you already know it's going to serve a really cool life purpose. So I actually went on ahead and poured myself a glass of wine before the video, but it's really simple to use. I'll just show you. Just attach it to your favorite bottle of wine, pour, and that's it. And basically what the wine aerator does is it allows oxygen into the wine and it enhances the flavors and the smells. And yeah, that smells so good. And red wine it tends to be bitter and dry, but the wine aerator, it actually allows for a smoother finish, and it tastes amazing. So I'm gonna put this bad boy down real quick. um, so just like the wine aerator, taking deep breaths in stressful situations, that's exactly it serves a very similar purpose. It allows oxygen into the body, and it enhances you, it awakens you, it energizes you, and it allows you to get back into the present moment. So too many times in stressful situations, we tend to either forget to breathe or we breathe improperly. And I was actually made aware of this a couple of years ago when I was in therapy. A little background information on my therapist. She's awesome. And therapists, they don't deal with medication. Um, and we actually incorporated breathing techniques and meditation and things like that. Let me tell you a little bit about her and what she does. She's a yogi, and she actually has a group aside from her practice, and it's called Rising Lotus. And she came up with this brilliant idea to incorporate yoga and therapy. And for those of you who've done a yoga class or who are yogis themselves, you know deep breaths is extremely vital in yoga. And a huge defining moment came, it was a year after my assault, and we were going to trial. Well, a week prior to the trial, I had a meeting with my district attorneys. And and we were just talking, they were just kind of preparing me on what to expect in the trial and things of that nature. Well, one of the things that they had to do was play back the audio that I gave, a huge descriptive detail of what happened to me um, that horrific morning when I was in trauma ER. And so a year later, my district attorney played it back to me. Y'all, when I tell y'all, as soon as he played it and I started listening to me giving that elaborate description, I freaking lost it. I was crying uncontrollably. I was going through hysterics. I was listening to that audio like, that was me a year ago? That's crazy. Like, this person is fighting for her life. She can barely talk, barely breathe. Every other word, she's apologizing to the detectives, like, sorry, I can't breathe, I can't talk. And of course, they were so sweet about it. They're like, no, take your time. Um, but when I was giving that elaborate description, I remember being so disconnected from what happened. And so a year later in the district attorney's office, it was like a reality break hit me. Because I was like, wow, like I can't believe I went through that and I'm here now going through this soon to be trial, and I lost it. So my therapist, she gracefully grabbed my hand and she looked at me and she was like, Crystal, remember to breathe. Remember to take those deep breaths. And so I did. I inhaled through my nose, held it for a few seconds, and I exhaled out through my mouth. I did that about 5 times, and lo and behold, oh my gosh, y'all, a sense of calmness came over me. I was able to regroup and calm down, and I was able to come to. And at the same time, I was energized, so I was able to move forward in the meeting. And it was obviously a really hard time for me, and I was so glad that she was there to help remind me to take those deep breaths, because it makes you conscious and it makes you focus on that oxygen. And just like this fabulous glass of red wine, it gave me a smoother finish, so to speak, and I was able to get through. Same thing with the trial. Whenever we went through the trial, she was there, to support me, obviously, and she reminded me, take deep breaths. You'll be fine. And of course, I was on that podium giving my testimony with my attacker a few feet away, and I was breathing like crazy. I was like taking deep breaths every chance I got, and it really gave me the strength to calm myself, but to really move forward and persevere through an intense situation. So always remember to take deep breaths, whether you're going through some type of despair, sadness, stress. Remember to stop and breathe. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Do it 3 to 5 times. And I promise it helps. And it was really interesting because not too long ago, my mom and I go to the movies and we see Sully. And if you haven't seen Sully, it's a great movie. I'm not just saying that because I'm in the aviation industry. It's really good. Well, he was faced with several challenges after he landed in the Hudson, because the FAA, of course, was saying that one of the engines was working, and he had time to land safely in LaGuardia. Well, of course, he was like, nah, that wasn't the case. So prior to the hearing, before he goes into the courtroom, he grabs that door and he stops and yes, you guessed it, he takes his deep breaths. And I was so excited. Like, I was hitting my mom like, oh, did you see that? Like, he freaking breathed. That is so dope. And she was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, that just goes to show how vital taking deep breaths is. It allows you, it grounds you, it calms you, but it gives you this this confidence that everything's going to be okay. And just like this awesome wine aerator, allow that oxygen to enter you. And another beautiful thing that I learned is, too many times, I'm not going to go through the whole science of breathing and the whole spiritual side of breathing. You can Google it. But that was another thing, too many times spirituality and science is divided. And whenever I did my research on breathing and whenever I was doing therapy, and I witnessed how revitalized I became. It correlated spirituality and science, and that was a beautiful eye opener for me as well. So, anyways, let's get back to the basics, guys, and take deep breaths when you're in stressful situations. I'm going to get back to this glass of wine. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, hit me up. Like, share, subscribe if you want. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love each and every one of you. Y'all serve a huge purpose in my life. All right. Cheers, pros, salute, all that good stuff. Thanks. Good night. Love y'all.